Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you the EasySMX M15. This is a mobile phone controller. That means it's designed to stretch and clamp your phone. It then connects via Bluetooth so you can play your mobile games with that real tactile feel. It stretches up to 176mm, so it should fit most phones on the market. Unfortunately, it's no good for tablets in landscape mode, but portrait mode should be okay depending on the model. It's compatible with iOS, Switch and Android. The EasySMX app is only available for Android at the time of filming this video, but even when I installed it on my Android phone, I couldn't see the M15 on the list, which is weird because the instructions say that you can change the settings with the app. The good news is that we can use some binds on the controller to change some options directly. So what are those options? Well, we can change the M1 and M2 button mapping or use them to create macros. The left trigger and right triggers can be set to linear mode. This is a software hair trigger setting, so the moment you pull it, it activates fully, which is good for fast-paced shooting games. The joystick and triggers can be recalibrated if you run into any issues with those, and vibration intensity can be adjusted. You can see all of these options and how to adjust them in the instruction manual. Now you've got the lowdown on what this is and what it does. Here are 3 things I like and 3 things I dislike about the M15. Let's start with the things that I do like. Number 1 is the micro switches in the buttons and D-pad. I find the clickness very pleasant to listen to and to press, but of course this is down to personal taste. I also like the analog sticks. These are Hall effect sticks. The tension is low and they should be resistant to stick drift. The last thing I like is the size. It's quite easy to find space for this in a bag because it's so small. This means you're more likely to have it with you often, since traveling with it won't be a hassle. Now onto the negative stuff. What do I dislike about the M15? Well, to start off, I don't really like the rumble. To put it simply, it just doesn't feel good. It's way too strong at every setting, like it goes all out every time, either fully on or off with no subtlety. It ends up feeling more like a rattle than a rumble. The only comfortable setting I found was to have it completely off. The second thing I dislike about the M15 is the placement of the USB-C connector. It's down here where my ring and pinky fingers naturally wraps around the handle. And it's hard to avoid having my fingers here since it's a small controller, and if you need to charge during a heavy gaming session, this will be a problem unless you remember to recharge it regularly. The last thing I dislike about the M15 is the inconsistency in quality. I like the grainy grip on the handles, but the rest of the controller feels a bit flimsy. The triggers and paddle buttons on the left sound different to the triggers and paddles on the right side. You can hear this in my sound test in a bit. I think I would be able to forgive the flimsiness to an extent since it's a mobile controller and it's meant to be light, but the difference in sound shows a lack of attention to detail. So for this comparison, I have the GameSir G8 Plus. This is also a Bluetooth mobile controller and it costs about £20 or dollars more than the M15. The G8 Plus does everything the M15 does, and as you can see, it's slightly bigger. For reference, the G8 size feels very close to an Xbox pad. This controller is compatible with phones and tablets in any orientation because it has a built-in mod that allows it to extend beyond its maximum length. The charge socket is also in a better place. It would be nicer at the top, but even here it doesn't get in the way of my hands when I want to play and charge at the same time. The G8 Plus also has Hall effect sticks, but GameSir has installed their speed rings on these, so the experience is much smoother here, no scratching and scraping at all. Apart from that, the G8 Plus feels more consistent and premium all the way through to the unboxing experience. It's excellent if you can afford to pay a bit more for this. You won't be disappointed by its versatility and high quality. If you want to see a full review of this controller, I will have a link to it at the end of this video. The EasySMX M15 is not a bad choice if you have a very specific use case for it. It costs less than competitors like the G8 Plus and Backbone, and for that you get a lightweight, compact Bluetooth controller that will work fantastically on holiday or a weekend getaway. It's a good way to dip your toes in the water to see if mobile gaming is for you before upgrading to something like the G8 Plus or the Backbone. Thanks for joining me today for this quick video. You can find the links below if you're interested in the M15. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And as I mentioned before, the G8 Plus review should be on screen now. See you in the next one.